All right. Chacho umedozi?
Siwezi.
Unajua
sawa.
Watu wakinama hivi ile maeria yetu mtu akinama hivi unajua huyu ameenda.
Ameenda eh? No, we're good.
Gabe,
Maina hajaandikiwa jina yake hapa.
Maina ameandikiwa.
Umeandikiwa.
I've put already bana. What do you mean?
Are you sure?
Yes, kitambo mapema sana bana. Fellow.
Hey.
Ni aje bro?
Niko poa. Niambie.
We need to plug this.
Plug what now?
Where is it?
Otota lemon.
Yeah. This one. Yeah. Gideon. Where is it?
Alert from system UI server. Low battery.
Aya, nani huyo ameka low battery?
Low battery?
Awacha nikupigie naenda live.
Low battery ni ya nani?
Low battery lazima ni ya Chacho.
Nimecharge iko sawa, nimeplug.
Chacho is low battery. Can you connect your device to a power source?
Yeah.
Maina.
Sawa.
Yes, sir.
Kageni.
Kageni. Maze kwanza, first of all, wacha ni apologize. Let me just apologize to you guys. I know you guys are supposed to be sleeping right now. Mko na show asubuhi, so I'm not going to take a lot of your time. Saizi naona meeting already shaanza kustream huko kwa Facebook. You guys don't need any introduction, but just quickly in 30 words. Unajua nyinyi mmezoea kuhost watu sana. Leo nataka niwa host nione mtaniambia nini. So in 30 words tuanze na Gadhe hapa Maina. Ambia watu kitu.
Yes, sir.
It's not an introduction, just talk to your people as I share this link to my
welcome to a live that is so sought after, and I think if you're a football fan and you're not here with Bram, Tuchapiane is just something that's just growing Kenyan football. So whatever you can do, it doesn't matter how little, let's do it. And Bram's got a great platform. So Bram, well done. Well done, bro.
Jalasi hiyo kizungu wewe huwezi bana.
Kogalo gor Maya. Kogalo gor. Nimejuto yuaki. So Bram, I'm really honored first to be to actually you thinking and making sure that I'm part of this amazing platform. And I'm looking at, you have your mentor on radio and your mentor on comedy on one platform, and I'm the youngest here.
And your mentor on football.
Jalas wewe ni mzee kutuliko bwana.
Unaona nanyoaga kipara ishe kabisa, si ati napenda, ni kipara imeanza kuenda.
Really?
Kipara pesa.
Jamaa Kitui. Watinda tia.
Enene kuseo jamaa wa Makogeni Okongo pasi. Thank you so much as a Bram. Thanks for hosting us. This is the first time we are doing something like this. It's an experience. Asante sana. Excited to be part of this amazing football family. We come a long way. So I'm excited to be here. Miss Maina Kageni.
Hello. Mr. Charles.
Hii ni nzito kiasi. Let's go, Bram.
Karibu niulize Chacho, karibu niambie Chacho Maina anaendeleaje, kumbe Maina yuko tu hapa. Jalas.
Hey.
Habari ya Kamene bana.
No, I'm trying. Picha zote asubuhi nimepiga na mkono kwa mfuko.
Oh my God.
All right.
You are trying. I can vouch for that.
Thank you so much.
Now I think we are just 3 minutes into the show, And the views are crazy, man. And I'll just ask you a question sometimes later, because I've hosted footballers, I've hosted football administrators, nimehost madem, nimehost machali wengi sana wa ball. Maze buda, sijawahi pata hata nini bana, hata 200 views.
Because you yourself,
what do you guys have, bana? What is wrong with you guys?
You yourself, you look like 200 views.
No, let's say from today things will be different.
Things are going to be different, and that is the direction I want us to take. So we'll jump straight into it. As I've said, kuna watu wengi sana wametujoin hapa. Kuna my Luya Council of Elders chairman, Mr. Brian Malenya, ako tuned in. Brian Malenya ako locked. Budangu pia leo na show. Live from Samiti. My sister Mabel is watching the show. Niko na watu wa Bondo, Carol Radul, Florence Radul, my family from Dubai and all over the world. I can see you, so Slukio pia ako tuned in. By the way, ni coach wa West Ham Academy. So, your football journey, let's start with you, Chacho. Nipatie ka football. Najua uko na ka journey fulani kafuta. Hebu tuambie. Hii ni show ya ball. Hii si comedy.
Okay, first of all, I grew up with football in Machakos. Funny enough, we used to have football teams. Kuna team ilikuwa inaitwa Zamaku. There's a lot of stories being told at walienda Mombasa. After game water wakawana huko akina Sofia, they never came back. That's not the story. So I started playing football from primary school because there was a team called East Africa Burlas Semen, East Africa Burlas Limited, Coca-Cola, in my neighborhood. And so we started, they had a youth program. So hapo ndio nilianza mpira. I have to tell you, high school, I never paid my school fees because I read through scholarship by Coca-Cola company. And that's why I ended up playing for the Kenya team under 18. Tulikuwa tunaitwa Nyayo Stars in 1995. And then eventually I came back to Nairobi. Played for Maya Youth. Na kina Tile Noguta. And then eventually, when all that didn't work, nilivunjika mguu, by the way, goti ya right, ndio natembea kaka nimebounce. And then somehow I found myself commentating football at KBC with Akina Jaco, Yo Sylvester. Na Billy Omala and the rest. So that's more about, and then of course I'm a big fan of local football.
We are coming to that local football, but before we go there, kuna watu mimi watu kadhaa mabesti zako kadhaa wanakuitaga Zizu. Hii Zizu ilitoka wapi?
Zizu, back then I used to play midfield.
They call this guy Zizu.
Yeah, who is Zizu bana?
Zizu is a shortcut ya Zidane.
Yeah,
Zinedine Zidane. So what is Zizu? Because I'm not a fast player, but I used to settle with the ball every time I get the ball. So if you run out of options, unanipigia mpira na tuliza mpira. Mimi sio wapupa. Sasa siwezi kimbia, but back then I used to try. Maina, why are you shocked?
Brother, let me tell you something.
Yes, Kageni.
Can I be honest?
Yes, be honest.
Bram.
Talk to me, my brother.
I think I'm in the wrong platform. Let me tell you why. And I can't believe I'm going to see this on this platform. I have never... Oh, Lord. Let me tell you, there was a time in primary school, I was almost scoring a goal. And I'd chengad the defenders, I'd chengad the goalie. And before I was about to score, some idiot said offside, and I stopped. So I've never actually scored a goal, but I was a very good football commentator. Back in the day, we used to watch football made in Germany.
Yes.
And there was a guy who was a commentator. The Peter Durio back in the day was a guy called Alan Fountain.
Wow.
And I used to imitate him. So I was little, but I understood the game. but I was a bit too big-boned to play the game. So when I hear sijui Zizu, sijui what, man, bro, you never told me that, man. But anyway,
now
tutangangana.
Tutapambana.
Actually surprised.
Bro, tutapambana.
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that this guy played football. That's number one. I've never known that side of him. But then again, myself, if I said I played football, I'll be lying. Or if I have a story about football, I'll be lying. My game in high school was basketball.
Wow.
But then I would not let the football bus go with the people and I'm not inside there. So what you know those students who so I decided I was the guy who was cleaning the boots, the footballers' boots, from Form 1 to Form 2, so that I could go out and just hang out around the football players. But then later I came and realized that, you know what, this is what I was meant to do and what I really loved doing. But then it was too late. So I stuck with my basketball and I have no story about football until we can talk about local football now.
Wait, hiyo ni story ya Kevo, ya sports. You're a Kevo, kabisa.
Now, in case you're joining us, Maze, welcome to the show. I think we've never had such a show before, but I'm sure together with my brothers, we are going to have a very good 1 hour show. Tumekula already karibu 10 minutes. Facebook imewaka moto, Maze, hata sijui comments nitaanzia wapi. But just briefly, in case you're joining us, these guys run the entertainment, they run the media industry in Kenya. The reason why I've called them here on this platform is because they are my brothers, they are my friends, they are on my speed dial. I want us to collectively, including hata wale watu wanatuwatch pia kutoka mtaani. Mimi tunapenda ball sana mas. Na nataka nione, kuna mtu aliniambia, what is the call to action? Hii kipindi unafanya, unaita watu na wa interview. Alafu, you know, so for me, I'm trying to use tonight's show as a call to action. You guys are my brothers. Mimi leo hata sitaki kuhost, nataka tutafute solutions together. I know Churchill for sure. Churchill anaendaga magame. Kuna watu wameniuliza, hawa jamaa wanaendaga study kweli? Churchill hukuja magame. Hata kama yeye hujificha kwa mahudi, but Churchill comes for football matches. Jalang'o anaendaga game zote za Gor. Maina, yeye ni mtu wa ball. Maina akikupigia story ya local football, utadhani yeye ucheza ball pia. So, and ama jamaa pia wametusaidia sana in our agenda ya Jaza study. Whenever I have an activation, I've always called up to these guys. They've always shared our flyers. They've always supported the game. But the question watu wanauliza huku kwa comment section, are they doing enough? Because we've seen Tanzanians, and Maina, I'll direct this question to you. We've seen in Tanzania how kina Diamond, kina Konde Boy, these guys are your pals. They're on your speed dial. Maina leo ukiwa na bash, utaita Diamond, utaita Konde Boy. You know, you have these guys on speed dial. How can we use our influence? Chacho, your platform pale Churchill live, maze uite mafootballer. Umefanya before, umeita I think God before on your show, umeita maplayer kadhaa, niliona David Opati, David Etale pale, umeita majamaa pale wakiongea stories za ball. Jalang'o umefanya the same. Kuna ka clip kako kingine hapa kwanza nacheza, najua Nick Mwendo is watching, but I have your clip here Churchill, Jalang'o. I'll play one clip hapa yako ya Nick Mwendo. But nataka collectively tuangalie tunaweza saidiaje ball na influence yetu majamaa. Let me start.
You know, Bram, when you call us here and try to ask us what we've done for football, I think you do not know what we've done.
I've not asked what you've done for football. I've said I have seen what you've done for football.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Back in 2008 and 9.
Yes.
We had something called Kiss for Football.
Kiss for Football.
And Kiss for Football was Caroline Mutoko, Carol Radul, Maina Kageni, was Churchill, was Roy Karihuze, was Nderitu, Mozende Ritu, and a lot of other guys. And the AFC chairman, what is his name?
Dan Shikanda.
AFC Leopards chairman? Dan Shikanda, all right?
Yeah.
we started going to the stadium and started supporting local football in ways nobody knew. And we could walk in there and there were no people in the stadium, and we kept on saying and telling people how the stadium was full, and we used our influence to bring people back to the stadium.
Yeah.
I remember when AFC Leopards, not AFC, Mathare United won the league. Was it in 2008?
2008, yes.
It was only us who were in the stadium with one fan called Rama. I don't know if Rama is still around, or Ramali and Agawapi. He was the only person in that stadium, and that day Mathare was being handed over the trophy. And it was these three people you're seeing here and a bunch of other people, like not more than 200 people in Kasarani. In Kasarani, and this was the finals, and the trophy was being handed over.
Yes.
We did our best. We tried to push, and one person, two people, and a load of other people started coming back to the stadium. Until when now everybody was back in the stadium and we could not handle it anymore. I remember that night when AFC Leopard was playing with Gor Mahia, in the night where there was a stampede, and even there are people who died. You understand?
Yeah.
It was a collective push from Kiss, Classic, and everything that was Radio Africa that time on something that we were calling Kiss for Football.
Yes.
And that night, and we used to have the floodlight nights, and by that time is when Akina Oguda were now trying to put the KPL together, not KFF, KPL now. They were coming up with it and trying to put it up together, and they started to manage the league. And we pulled back because we had done our part, and I've never missed any football match. I still come when I have time, when I'm around. I support Kogalo, and everybody knows that. And I'm in all their pages. I remember when we used to walk around with a kofia as we changa salaries for players. Na kofia tunatembea katikati ya watu. Those are some of the things that we used to do just to push, even pushing Fidel Odinga, the late, God rest his soul in peace, to start supporting Gor Mahia and him coming to the stadium. And the little things, we were the people who started going to, what is it called? What center in Kawangware?
Hope Center.
Hope Center.
Hope Center.
Hope Center, that was now the home ground for AFC Leopards. The first match was sold out and nobody could even get space. And they were moved from Hope Center after the first match. You understand?
Yes, I get you, bro. Now, I want to cut you short a bit. I want to hear from Maina. Because I think, as you've said, you clearly said kulikuwa na hiyo Kiss for Football na mlikuwa mnarali mafans na vitu kama hizo. Maina, bonga tusikie kabla turudi kwa fellow.
Look, I'm a marketer. For 20 years, I have sold things.
Yes.
And if you ask me whether it's Safaricom, whether it's EABL, whether it's whatever brand it is, they've all had the same thing in common. They are solving a problem for people. I think Jaza Study is a great initiative. But we still need to ask ourselves, what's in it that I can do to help this grow to the normal Kenyan?
Yes.
If we cannot answer that question, we will have a problem. You look at Jesse Were, I'm always in touch with him. Alan Wanga, Frankie Ricodi, what's up, bro? I got your back all the time. I look at how football grew. When England was transitioning from the Football League to the Premier League, there was a great, huge push for showbiz, and the players became accessible to the media. That allowed the media to interact with them individually, to interact with their families, to interact with what they like and what they don't like, and even socially. What we have is a great set of players. Let me tell you, we've got some of the best people and some of the most talented people playing football. We don't access their personal lives. There's a need for a showbiz element. They call it the Beckhamization of football. The David Beckham phenomenon then led to everything from Ronaldo to Zidane to the true superstars of football. Before Beckham, the superstars were just known on the pitch. The Ronaldinhos, the Ulrich, they call him Fat Ronaldo.
Fat Ronaldo, yeah.
So, yeah. How can we turn our players to be engaged and attractive to the media? We need to know about their personal lives. Who are they with? How many kids do you have? Who are you dating? What do you like? What don't you like? Can you let us into your life? Then you give the media fodder to talk about. Once you give the media fodder to talk about, the blogs come in, pick it up, turn their spin on it like bloggers always do. And before you know it, you're appearing in every news source, literally everywhere. But we need a Beckhamization of Kenyan football. We need to turn it into showbiz. And once you do that, then we also achieve something. I can see what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
If you look at, say, a Manchester United supporter, their first option, if they were to have a choice for sportswear, would be to support Umbro. Even if Umbro make boots or track suits that are not as good as everything else, but it's Umbro. For Arsenal, Nike is a big brand. Everyone chooses their brand. So whatever your club chooses, they actually support that brand commercially. That makes it more attractable and more attractive to everyone else. So where is the showbiz element? Where is the Beckhamization of football? And that's the question I think I'd like to answer.
Beckhamization of football. And Maina, personally, as just a study, and personally as me, I would like to just thank you. When nimtupia nimekuwa nikikusumbua sana nikiwa na activation na kutumia maflyer. I think Carol has shared the same with you. So I know your heart is in it. I know you've done something for us. I just wanted to thank you, and I just wanted to clarify that you also are one of the people who've been actually supporting this movement kabisa. And you never miss my show, Bana, which is amazing.
No, I never miss your show, bro.
So
I never miss your show. I'm a big AFC fan. There was a guy who tried to derail me because I think he was a brilliant captain for Kenya, Anthony Modo. Now coaches of where he needs to be. But the thing is, we need to support our brands. If the shirt you're wearing is supported by a corporate, support that corporate. Then the corporate will see value in them investing in the club, which then is able to boost everything for the club, from players to the management. It makes it a worthwhile business proposition. So it's all about, what am I wearing? I look at Jesse Were. He's in Zambia, in Ndola. And if you look at him there, he's revered as a star. But you know what? The jersey he wears is faithfully followed by their supporters. They buy nothing but that brand, and that's what we need. The brand visibility, which can only be built by a showbiz element of, who's this person? I know he was a football.
Are you there, Maina? Maina, you're there? Ama let's move to Zizu as Jalas we pia we Jalas pia unapotea. Jalas alikuwa melosi. So, Chacho, I think
showbiz is a business also.
Maina tulikuwa tumekupoteza kidogo.
You see me now? Yeah, pole sana. So I was just talking about the commercialization. There's no way you can sell. There's no way why Nike and Adidas are the biggest brands without marketing. They must put faces to it, because human beings recognize what their favorite faces are wearing. They recognize what their favorite faces are drinking and what they're driving and where they are going. And that then encourages brands like Nike and Adidas to then reinvest more because they're going to get the return that they expect from such exposure.
Awesome.
So there's a showbiz element. And I tell people, Bonga na Jalas, because he's got a great way of bringing out the best in these artists. And the artists, by the way, just football artists, but he's able to bring it out. We are able to bring it out, but what is it?
I'm coming to Jalas to ask him that question because alikuwa amepotea kidogo, but yes, rejoin. Let me just go to quickly to my
nimejoin na bibi, nimejoin na ya bibi yangu imekataa. Umebadilisha jina?
Nimebadilisha jina bro, kabla tuchome.
Okay, sawa. Ilikuwa nimeingia na ya bibi.
Hakuna noma bro. So nataka kuja kwako but
kila mtu.
Chacho. Yeah. Wewe ni mtu umecheza ball. Wewe ni mtu umetusaidia sana in our activations. Kuna moja kali sana tulipiga nayo huko Masaku. Na uliingia hivi stadium. I think the moment we brought you on board, that was the game changer. Kidogo hivi, we moved from a target of 3,000 people to now we were looking at 10,000 people. Na wewe mwenyewe hata kwa captions zako ulikuwa unasema I will be in Machakos with 10,000 other people. And indeed 10,000 people came. Churchill, over to you bro.
The Betika.
The Betika one.
Hujauliza swali. Hujauliza swali, umeeleza tu.
Nataka yani mimi sina swali, mimi leo sina swali, mimi nataka to we're brainstorming. I don't think I have any questions. We're just brainstorming. No. What do you think we need to do moving from, because you personally wewe mwenyewe kivyako you're a brand. Wewe Churchill yani show zako ukitangaza show unaenda sijui Embakasi na hata ulipishe 5,000 3,000 people will come, and the same people wale wanakuja kuona Churchill show hawezi lipa 200 bob kuona game ya Mathare na Tusker. Where do you think we are getting it wrong? And what do you do ile yenye sisi tunaweza fanya kwa game ndio tuvutia watu wa come study?
Asante. Nimekupata kwa njia iliyo safi kabisa. Let me speak in Swahili.
Bonga hili ya mtaa.
Bonga. Kagade.
Tuchapiane.
Watu wa group of schools. Cheki. There's something Maina ameongea juu yake. It's called brand entertainment value.
Yeah.
And then brand. Brand equity. Juzi there was a very big caption kwa gazeti ikionyesha some players ambao silikuwa wako Europe, apart from Morigi. Kuna jamaa ito Onyango wako ni West Ham ama still some young guys.
Nimeona hiyo ni juzi, I think yesterday amekuwa signed in one of these teams in the EPL.
Yeah. So it's that value, it's the value you're adding to the game. So it's not just what is entertaining, what is happening between the game, what's happening before the game, what's happening after the game. Sio kuja kucheza tu ball na imesha. You see what happens in Super Bowl. But before that, ball sahi, kwa nini zamani watu walikuwa wanaenda games za Gor Mahia na AFC kunajaa ukiona hizo picha Nyayo Stadium? It's because ball ililetwa kwa community. Now what's happening amazingly sahi, these brand influencers, the celebrity you're talking about, and now they have something called social media, like what we're sharing right now.
Yeah.
Now, it's the high time they realize that social media has become media unto themselves.
Yes.
Hiyo ni kumaanisha, sasa they can create a community on themselves. Tuseme sasa Jalas atakuja na timu yake watakaa upande ule, Maina na community yake, Churchill na community yake. So together that's how we are going to use the brands. But over and above that, ukiangalia what Gor used to do and AFC Leopards, kulikuwa na initiation ya from the word go. Hata ukiangalia UK, watu huenda na watoto wao. So nikienda na Mtoi Stadium, for instance, am I safe with my kid going there? Na bibi na wale wengine, am I comfortable? What other value are they getting wakienda kwa uwanja? Okay, I think at some point tulikuwa tumeanza kuipata before some of our sponsors went. I hope we can go back to there. Then we can include all these influencers sponsors, all these brands, you inakuja baadaye. Lakini also for the teams, what are the teams doing to help the locals embrace them? For example, Tusker ikienda Meru, ama Sofapaka ikikuja Machakos, what are they doing for the locals? Do they have a local youth team? Do they have a local branch? Ama wanaamini tu watapata mafans? Okay? Zamani nikiwa Machakos kuna timu ilikuwa inaitwa East Africa Portland Cement.
Yes.
One of their youth players alikuwa anaitwa Frasha.
Frasha mmoja huyu wa P-Unit.
Frasha huyu wa P-Unit was a very
deadly. Unajua? Frasha ni noma. Frasha ni noma sana. Frasha wa P-Unit ni deadly.
Frasha.
Yes.
Frasha was a very good footballer.
You guy.
Mimi niko nasema hivi.
Wacha Chacho jamaliza. Vile tunakuja kwako.
Wacha malize.
So what are they doing to the community down there to make sure that your community, they feel they are part of it? Yeah, we need to work with the community. We need to grow that base from where they are. Na inawezekana. Itawezekana. Tusikue tu ball ni ya Nyanza na Western. There was a time Shabana ilikuwa na team, Kisii had Shabana. Coast kulikuwa na Coast Stars. Hata Meru ilikuwa na Meru Bombers. Embu ilikuwa na Embu Stima. Every place, Transcom, Mostcom,
yes.
Hizi timu zote zilienda Bata Bullets ya Limuru. Okay? So kwa sababu walikuwa na mizizi mashinani. Mashinani. Wakikuja kucheza Nairobi unaona watu wote wanajaa uwanja. So hiyo kama ni kitu ambacho tunaweza rejelea, tutafute kuanzia pale mashinani. Ukikuja Machakos kuna Zama Kuu ama Machakos United ambao akina mama, akina dada, the way they do with Jomo Cosmos, you see what happens in South Africa. Wamama, wadada, watoto, everybody. We need to harness everyone to come to the field. Kwa sababu it needs to be more than just football. Ball mtacheza tu, lakini what else? Can I get a jumper? Can I hiyo timu ile pesa wamepata, wameenda wakatengeneza shule, tukajenga mabati. Okay? Alafu hela na hizi vitu zingine zote zitafuata. Sponsors will come to be part of the initiatives started by the team. And of course, when the following is there and the fans are there, the rest becomes by the percent of
Jalas. Jalas na simia ya nani ya Jalas tena amenini anacheza Candy Crush, but atarudi tu ataturejoin. Niko na nini, nataka to tap in now to your following and your influence. But before we do that, naweza taka tu ku mention some of the celebrities or some of the, wacha nianze na musicians wale mimi mwenyewe personally najua wamecheza hata ball. Kuna watu kama Timmy that is a very very good footballer. He's very good. Anafanana na best yangu. Timmy is a very good footballer. Yeye anacheza ball mpaka sasa hivi. Timmy following yake ni crazy. Then kuna King Kaka alikuwa anacheza ball, akona matona zake za mashinani, ni footballer. And then wacha ni admit huyu Amina. And then tuko na Chacho yuko hapa, Kenzo Matata, Chris Darling, Savara mmoja wa Sauti Sol alikuwa anacheza ball. Unaget? So we have so many people in the entertainment industry. Savara ni footballer. Yes. So mimi nataka niulize, I know you guys have been supporting, you guys have been doing your best. How can we tap into now your influence and your following, even if it is just 1/3 of your followers? Because collectively nikiangalia hapa, Maina Kageni, uko na almost 1 million followers kwa your Facebook page. Ukikuja kwa Instagram, that's another like almost 1 million. Tukikuja kwa Chacho, same thing. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, 1 million. Tukuje kwa Jalasa hapa, Facebook, Instagram, mita. So tunaangalia hapa
Jalasa kwa 5 million.
So ebu imagine Jalas with his 5 million, Chacho with his 3 million, Maina with your 3 million. That is wale wa mathematics. So hiyo tunaongelea almost 12 million followers. Tupatieni tu hata 1/10.
Maina work like that.
Maina tuendelee tukingoja nani
Jalasa amerudi, namuona
Amerudi lakini haja connect audio yake.
Oh, hajarudi.
Amerudi.
Okay, you know, at the end of the
Ndio. Wacha let's start with Jalas.
Jalas, we need to hear from you.
Can you hear me?
Heavy J.
Yes.
Bana, unajua naishi huku kwa msitu bana.
Jalas unachoma.
Si chomi mazee, najaribu kuconnect. Zoom yangu imeleta shida tu leo sana. Alafu sasa unajua na nini nime connect na bibi nini. Kwanza hebu tengeneza jina yangu hapo.
Acha nikusort. Wewe endeleaga Jalas.
So mimi kitu nilikuwa nasema and we had a very long discussion one day, okay? With these guys, with a few stakeholders around.
Yeah.
Ukasema, what if we could have abolished all these teams, then we start having county teams, all right? You see, like we have Manchester United, we have West Ham. These are cities. These are counties. These are unaelewa?
Yeah.
So that unasikia Homa Bay inacheza na Garissa. Unajua? Unasikia Garissa County inacheza na Mombasa. Okay? So we have 47 counties, all right?
Yeah.
Then we have the first tier of the first 18 ama 20 teams for example.
Yeah.
So knockouts zote zinapigwa makaunti za kwanza za 20 zenye ziko juu zina kwa hiyo the first tier. Then the second and into the third, wale 7 wa mwisho hapo itabeba Machakos kwa kina Churchill ndio watakuwa huko chini nini.
The third tier footballers
the third tier huko chini. Unaelewa? Can you imagine siku sasa unasikia derby of all derbies, Derry County versus Kisumu.
Yes.
Unasikia? Alafu unasikia the Lakeside derby, unasikia Homa Bay inacheza na Migori County. You know, this county governments will now start putting money into their teams, and we have people from these different places who will be coming.
Yeah.
I was in Manchester, my friend.
You
know Manchester.
You are not saying.
No. I'd gone to watch. I'd gone to watch the Leicester Manchester United game. Do you know Manchester United first? That is not even their city, because people travel from afar to come and watch Manchester United, and Arsenal is the only team in the league that is not a place. Did you know that? Arsenal peke yake ndio ikwagi pahali. You get? Hawana nyumbani. Unajua? Wako tu ni factory workers wapi na wapi. You understand? But these guys unasikia watu wametoka Leicester, watu wametoka sijui West Ham, and you own your county, and you take your county and just make it huge and big. You can imagine the Masaku derby. Unasikia Kitui County inacheza na Machakos. Unajua? Unasikia the Coast derby. Kilifi inacheza na Mombasa. You can imagine how that can be big, because we have people already there who live in Kitui, who live in these counties, who would come out to support their teams. But when we keep on saying that the teams that are there ni Gor Mahia, AFC Leopard, maze unaenda game ya Zuke Richo na Nakumat bwana, hata players ni wengi kuliko mafans. Players, technical team ni wengi kuliko mafans. You understand? Lakini unafika place sasa watu wanatoka Kericho wana travel, na pia itasaidia tourism sana. Unapata msee wa Migori hajawahi fika Isiolo, unanipata? Na sasa hiyo pia itasaidia county, itakuwa inajenga study yake yenyewe. Wanasema study gani kwa kali, unacheki venye sasa Old Trafford kuna siki wapi, Goodison Park. And I think that is one of the only ways I've always thought and I've always seen that can make people start going to study.
Maina Kageni.
Unapata the city's derby. The city's derby. Hey,
Maina before
unasema nini Kisumu kicheza na Homa Bay?
Yeah.
Those are the cities.
Yeah.
I agree with Jalang'o for one reason, because, for example, Jalang'o left here to go and watch Leicester Manchester United.
Yes.
He was driven by affinity.
Yes.
What is affinity? Some affinities driven by our habits. What do I mean by that? We grew up, say, washing with a certain kind of soap, and we adopt that, or a certain kind of toothpaste, and we adopt that. We need a tradition and a culture in football. We have it on the grassroots. It's just not been marketed above. I give you the example of Safaricom, of Tusker, of Kenya Airways. We need to make people love these brands. As a marketer, I always look and say, what problem are you solving? Now,
Is it me again?
No, that is Maina.
Maina amekwama.
Jalang'o is unstable. Jalang'o is a very vocal man. Umeniona sasa ni kwamba yeah,
Karen problems ndani ya msitu.
Manchester United fan. Churchill is a big Chelsea fan. But I understand why, because of the affinity of Abramovich's billions. What's attracting us to our game? Do we even know what our players do outside the pitch? Who do they date? Where do they go? What food do they like? What are their opinions on certain issues? And once we get an affinity and a relationship going with these players, then we build a relationship. It's like someone you know. Before you know even their second name, you have something in common. A football team you support, a restaurant you like, a car you drive, and then from then on, it grows as a relationship. What is the affinity? As a marketer, I look at that and I say, what are you selling? And if your players are not engaging with me as a public, then how can I sell it? It can't be possible. So open them up to blogs, open them up to radio, open them up to talk shows. Let's learn them. Then we can form relationships with them. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Now, Churchill, it's your. You want to add something, Chacho?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much. That comment from Jalang'o na hii ya Maiva could help kidogo kama hiyo Jalasia County. They normally have county football. I don't think bado zimeshika hiyo momentum, because football is a bit communal. Ndio unaona Tanzania kuna Yanga, kuna Simba, ukienda Sudan kuna ni gani? Egypt kuna Al Ahly na hizi zingine. It's got to be a culture here in Africa. What made the English Premier League work? What made them separate from Bundesliga na tuanze kufuata English Premier League? They made it a brand. So they were selling a brand like Coca-Cola. So money was put in there, a lot of money. So now this is not just football. It's all these things that Maina is talking about. For you to follow Beckham is because Beckham is being paid premium money. That's why you can follow him. Ile gari ananunua, ile nyumba ataishi, lakini as long as maisha yetu itakuwa hohe hahe hapa. From TV rights, from the gate tickets, then bado tutakuwa na safari ndefu sana, because what you're saying, if the league becomes a brand, the players also ought to be brands.
Now, nimekupata kabisa Chacho. Kuna kitu nataka tushare hapa na Fellow.
Yay.
Ngoja kidogo. Kuna kitu hapa nataka tuoneshane hapa.
Then when Nyamwea was there for the longest time,
yes,
you are the same people who kept on complaining, oh, Nyamwea
it's been there too long.
So now it's your time to leave. Now you also want now to Nyamwea.
To change the constitution.
Change the constitution.
If elected there.
Nyamwea people here. Nick Mwenda, I think you're better than that.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Collect your things and
go. Collect your stuff and leave that.
Collectively. Helen Obiri has actually given her reaction.
Put Helen Obiri and Nick Mwenda in the same. You should have played some music there first.
Then you could have waited for me to finish.
Now, speaking of Nick Mwendwa, speaking of, I don't want us to be political because it's not a political show, but I just wanted to ask, we've seen regimes come, we've seen regimes go. If the federation today, because we're looking for solutions today, if the federation came and approached you guys as the celebrities you are, as the influential people you are, tuanze na Jalang'o, federation ikam Nick Mwendwa akuite akwambie niaje bro, come tukae chini tuchapiane. Nataka tufanye hivi, nataka tu work pro bono. Na hizi numbers uko nazo, nataka for every Kenyan game, Harambee Stars wakicheza saa yoyote, unatusaidia kupush, unatusaidia kuweka flyers. We don't have money as the federation right now. But this will help us attract fans to the stadium, which in turn will help us go and speak to sponsors who will come and put money in the game. Now, if this happens, na hii tunaongea kama sasa tunaongea lazima kuwe na a lot of trust in it. Najua utaniambia story kama hizo because pia kuna uongo mingi, but wakikuja federation wakalisha, because I'm sure federation doesn't sijui, I'm just assuming the last time this happened, I think ilikuwa ni game ya Kenya na Ethiopia, where I think the federation called watu kama kina Chris Darling, ilipigia watu kama Moshi Short Baba, ilipigia Daddy Owen, walienda wakaperform pale study. I think it was pro bono. I don't know if they were promised anything, but if the federation or the ministry came and gave you such an offer, would you be willing to share your numbers and share and support the game in your capacity, fellow?
Toka hapo kwa ati federation haina pesa, hapo ndio ushuke kabisa, hapo ndio utoke kabisa. Pesa iko kwa federation, ni watu wana manage pesa ndio hawataki kuifungua. Mimi, if it was honesty, if there's any honesty around how much money the federation has, and this is a very huge platform, and I don't want to just put it out there, but they should start now investing in marketing this project. It is a big thing, They must now start thinking when they are budgeting. They must they now must start putting money for marketing this job. If you have a good product and nobody knows about it, it's like seeing a beautiful girl and all you are doing is winking. You understand? Nobody will. You get what I mean? You must go out there and market the product for people to know about it. So for now, I would do it. We've always done it. We've always gone out there. We've done just a study. We've done calls for people to come to the stadium pro bono. You understand? But what hurts is, as the stadium is full, then at the end of the day, unasikia mahesabu zinapigwa, unasikia study ilitoa 20,000 haje na kulikuwa kumejaa. Unajua, paka ile hatu kiitwa kufanya job pro bono inaumiza sana. Inaumiza because there's no honesty. Paka sasa zile unaona player hata unaweza kutana na hata player warambe hata umjui kwa gani nani. Unajua? Those are some of the things, but I'll be able to come out and give out my numbers, Instagram, Facebook, host all these things together and make sure that I do what I've always done. But even after doing that, who are the people in the office that will make sure that this money that is collected from this job that has been done gets actually the right people? Ama bado ni tu matumbo za watu ndio tunajaza na numbers zetu. Hapo ndio inauma, bro. Ama unifikii, inauma. Enda kupiga nduru hapo, wase kujeni study imejaa, player bado akona njaa, player nyumba bado imefungwa, player bado anatembea akikamtizi, player anacheza hata boots hakuna, unaelewa?
Kuna jamangu fulani anaitwa Sos Lukio, who is a Western Youth Academy coach. He's watching from
wangu sana.
anatuwatch from London, anasema Karamoja Bram, investment in facilities is a must. History ya Russia has to end. Parents are not going to bring their kids in an environment that is not child friendly. Maina Kageni.
I agree. And we go back to marketing all over again. And we need to use the strengths of who you're using to market. I won't lie to you. I'll give you an example. Jalang'o is a fantastic mobilizer. He will keep things going on consistently for a long time. Churchill is a great long-term brand ambassador. He will keep people interested for a very, very, very long time. I sell brands. As I said, answer the same questions. Jalang'o asked it. There's a marketing budget. Where does it go? Does it go towards either facilities? Does it go to players? And unfortunately, as a marketer, those things aren't really in my radar. I'm looking at what is your brand? How is it solving a problem? And how can I get people to exclusively buy your brand of sportwear, your brand of personality, and your brand of whatever it is? There are people who do milk now.
Yeah.
People who do sugar. People who do betting companies. If you're a successful brand, then that betting company is going to be my favorite betting company. That brand of sugar is going to be my favorite sugar. That brand of communication is going to be my favorite brand. As a marketer, Jalang'o is saying, FIFA gives us so much money, and a lot of that is allocated to marketing. Where does it go? Until the marketing comes of age, it cannot work, because my work is to build a Beckham sort of branded industry.
Awesome.
Jalang'o can, yeah, go on.
Jalas has spoken something which really makes sense, and it's something that we are really struggling with, even as just a study. Your story of transparency, na hiyo story ya transparency kutoka kwa club level mpaka kwa federation level, even in the ministry level tumeona hizi vitu zikifanyika. So I think hiyo kitu ya transparency pia rightfully so inaturudisha nyuma sana, and I don't know what my brother Churchill has to say about it. Transparency, Churchill, in the game, do you experience the same kwa entertainment industry?
It's the same. That ought to be there. But before I go there, for Maina to market and for Jalas to push it, we need to go back to the drawing table to Julize. What is this we are promoting? What is this we are marketing? Tuchukue tena hiyo Kenya Premier League, iribrandiwe, we sell it as a product on its own, the way they do it with Super Bowl. It's not even, how many people even know how it's played? Is the break time, the occasion, is the occasion around it. What if we said it's a weekend of football? Lakini inaanza Friday. Friday you have Churchill show live recording, not even Churchill, whatever show you have there. Then on Saturday, because your one ticket guarantees you a Churchill show, there is a Akina Sauti Sol wata perform on Saturday, hosted by Akina Jalang'o. Then on Sunday, because there is Korog and stuff, you create a whole weekend, because you have to move people from their comfort zone to introduce them to this. So they know when they come to football, katikati, Sauti Sol wataimba, Nyashinsky ataimba, Jalang'o at some point introduce, guess who? An artist from wherever. Then the money is found. Pesa itafuata brands. We must have a product that's very unique. That's how we're able to buy players from other countries. Tuache sasa bila Opio, bila Wafula mpira yezi chezwa. So how's Tanzania doing it? How's Azam doing it? How's Yanga doing it? How's Simba doing it? Why are players playing in Zambia? How's South Africa?
Actually,
because they are trying to create a product called EPL, a product called Tanzania, a product. You need to create that product. Now with the product, you are able to create a marketing plan around it, and you get to attract people who've never been to then how does World Cup work in South Africa? Everybody went to the stadiums. Then after that, what happened? Because you have to put that culture. Waiendeleze. Na mgala muwe na haki umpe. Manake SportPesa did so much in trying to change that, and we were getting there. We were getting there.
My sister Mabel,
lakini tuweza rudia tu 2-3 nyuma alafu tuone nini tuweza omba tenge jambo jipya.
We are left with 10 minutes to go. I have a question here from my big sister. You know, if I don't read my sister's comment, I think atani disown. So anasema niwaulize, her name is Maina Kageni, anasema niwaulize kama you are representing the players, the fans, ama others. Yala una represent nani?
Let me tell you something. I'm a fan as you speak. I love, sleep, eat, drink Kogalo. You understand? Gor Mahia is everything to me. Okay? Actually, for Gor Mahia, you don't become a fan. You are born inside Gor Mahia. So you wake up and you just realize, I'm in Kogalo. So I represent the fans the biggest way. That's why you'd always even find me most of the time when I go to the stadium. I always sit in Russia and just sit with the people where the football is. But then there's no fans without the players. It is them that we are going to see.
They're the biggest stakeholders, yeah.
They are the biggest stakeholders. They are the people providing the product that we are going to watch, okay? So without the players, there are no fans, okay?
Yeah.
But fun enough, we can have players without fans. What is happening right now?
It's 9 o'clock.
True.
How can we blend both of them so that we have players living a good life, players doing the best that they're doing, and fans coming out to support the players? You understand? It boils back to the same thing we were talking about, the product. If the product is good, the fans will come. If the fans come, the players will have the best thing. Then it goes back again to leadership. The leaders must now start thinking of how to create this product, the product that is football that will be loved by fans. And also the fans will now start coming and trooping into the stadium. And also talking about fans, there are people who would really want to come to the stadium. And I can tell you, mafans wengine tumelet watu wengine wengi sana down. Unanipata? Tuko kwa stands pale, maze tuko mavitu, tuko nduru, tuko. And I can attest to you, hata kuna wakati siwezi ona game ya Gor Mahia macho ikiwa ni akili ikiwa tio. See, kama unajua, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
You understand? So some of us have created, some of the fans have created environment zingine hata mtu. You remember, I think it was a player in the English Premier League, Ali Faint, then a doctor came from the fans, akaingia, akatibu first aid imefanywa na fan. Unanipata? First aid, yani there was a doctor who is a fan who was in the stands that came and performed a first aid. Jaribu kuanguka kwa game ya Gor Mahia. Maina pigwa na baba, amuka bwana. Amuka, wacha kulala hapo.
Maina,
wana realize umekufa kitabu bwana. Mafans, let me talk to fans. Let us also tone down, start creating environments that are worthy for everybody to come to the stadium, so that we can start making the change ourselves. Pole, as we bring other people on board.
As we wind up, Maina, there's someone here who has a question for you. His name is Jeff Kinyanjui. Jeff Kinyanjui anauliza, when did you last attend a KPL game, and what can be done to woo you back to the stadium?
Can I be honest?
Be very honest, my bro.
I've attended one game because of a stereotype. And it's a stereotype that was a long time ago, and I'm sure it's changed. But I'm not being back because I've not received the motivation to. I look at Jalang'o. Jalang'o, even with lockdown or anything, his marketing will continue online long after the game has ended, way before the game has started. Look at Churchill. Churchill's influence is not felt within the 90 minutes. And I think if we confine our minds to the 90 minutes of the game, then we are getting it wrong. It's about the long-term game. Churchill can keep it relevant. Jalang'o can keep it relevant. And it's all about market. It's all about accessing the media from the players. There needs to be an interest in the participants. That's why the Kardashians have got huge ratings, because of the interest in the participants. That's why any series has got huge ratings. We need to have personal relationships and brand relationships. Who's supporting the brand? You ask any Manchester United supporter today, ask Jalang'o, he's a Man U guy. If he was to choose between a very good Nike and a good Umbro, he'd choose Umbro because it shows his loyalty. Now, Jalang'o may be there and Churchill may be there every weekend. Their support continues elsewhere. And it's all about the money. Jalang'o didn't come for free. Churchill doesn't come for free. These are two of the most expensive media outlets. Don't see them as personalities. They are media outlets on their own. And they need to feed. They will give back, yes. But for anyone to feel appreciated, they must be compensated. So here's the thing. Give me the players. Let's open your lives to the public. Let's what you like, what you love, what you do, what you don't. Let's fall in love and form a relationship. Once we form a relationship, we'll then look at the badge. Who prints that shirt? We'll support them directly. When we see you getting a sponsorship from, say, Samsung, we shall prefer Samsung every time we're buying a mobile phone. That's loyalty. When you're sponsored by Mumia's Sugar, we shall buy sugar from there. That's loyalty. And until the marketing is sorted out, we will not get money in the game. And as long as that money from FIFA is coming in and it's not accounted for, then we compromise what Churchill and Jalang'o can actually offer. As a marketer, you give me something I can sell and I'll sell it.
I think that those are very wise words. And as we wind up, I'll give Churchill and Jalang'o also something to say as we wind up. There's a guy here, and Churchill, you're the one who brought this Super Bowl issue. There's a friend of mine here. He's also one of my producers. His name is Keke Roy. Keke Roy says that let's make KPL our Super Bowl. How can we make KPL our Super Bowl? Mwalimu. As we wind up.
We talked about brand, making a Kenya Premier League become a whole creative strategy. But one thing I'll tell you for free, and I always say it, you can't fake success. And people can smell it. And I ask you, how come rugby sevens is able to attract this kind of fans to their matches? How come Shujaa, when Shujaa is playing, we are all there at our few grounds? I was part of the guys who organized Masaku 7. And I can tell you, the last thing that was on the picture with Akina Benjamin Naiba, we knew there are people who come, not for rugby, but for all these other things. So it's about the brand. The brand. What else? Am I safe? Are the people who are joining me? What is this beautiful brand that is incorporating everyone, that will make the corporates feel at ease and be able to sell their messages easy to come to be part of it? Because we have to sell a story. We have to sell a story.
Jalang'o, before you give us your parting shot, kuna jamaa hapa anaitwa London Boy Young Brown anasema, why are you winding up? Must these guys have to wake up in the morning and be on your stereos, so I have to let them go. But mimi nataka kurudi Jalang'o, kabla wewe utupatie parting shot. Nataka kurudi kwa mafans. This is my 29th episode of Tuchapiane. Bro, I've never received support the way I've done today. Okay, me upata support sana by the way, but flyer leo nimetumia flyer mpaka kutoka wale watu wetu wa State House. Maina sijui kama wewe ndio uliwatumia. Nimetumiwa flyer kutoka State House. Hii flyer yenu nimetumia kutoka State House. Nimetagiwa kwa so many posts, so many places. Watu hata sijaiamini kama wanaweza nitag kwa post, but leo just because it's Maina, Churchill and Jalang'o, I was very surprised by the response hiyo flyer ilipata. So mimi narudi pia kwa mafans mazi. The same way mna support ama celeb, cause wanaangalia kama maceleb. Tunafaa kusupport pia maplayer wetu hivi. Nikileta hapa Martin Mbala kwa show, tunataka hizi views pia zikuwe kwa Martin Mbala. Tunataka hiyo share ikue. Sasa ile tumeleta hata mtu kama, let's say for example, tukileta Tony Luanga, akuwe na the same response. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but that is the way our game is, and it also reflects pia kwa stance. So hii energy tuko nayo, na hii comments mazi hata nimeshindwa kusoma comments because there are many, watu ni wengi wameandika. Nimeshindwa kusoma comments honestly speaking. So the same energy ile tuko nayo, I think kwa such guys, if we could just do it halfway kwa the game pia, I think itakuwa fiti. Mzee Jalas mwenyewe, parting shot.
Wow. Until there will be just one body running football in this country. Hatuna KPL, hatuna KFF, hatuna nini, we still in the same thing. It's just like the roads in this country. Unapata barabara, hii ni ya Kenha, hii ni ya Kura, hii ni ya Kera, yani, and it's just roads in the same country. Hii ni MCA inafaa tengeneze, you get? So we have to centralize and put a central governing body for football. You understand? Who will see football just not as a game, but as an event, a brand that they need to push, all right? Where they will allocate resources for every single structure into the football, all right? Then now we will not just be running football here. We will be running an event, you understand? It's an event. It's bigger than just the 11 players or the 22 players and the coaches and the team. We are here with people who are not coming to watch football. We are coming here to see our idols. We are coming here to party. We are coming here to enjoy brands that are supporting people. You understand? We are coming here because we've created a good environment. We've come here. Those are some of the small things that will come to place. For example, Coca-Cola just wanted to name Nyayo Stadium the Coca-Cola Stadium. You remember that time, Maina?
Siasa
zikaingia. Do you know vita Coca-Cola ilipigwa? Ilipigwa tio sasa stadium imebadilika nini. You understand?
Yes.
And I don't even know how Safaricom survived that naming of Kasarani as Kasarani Safaricom Kasarani Stadium. I don't know how I don't know even how to manage that. There's a time Safaricom was so close to sponsoring the whole league. The whole league. And Akina Caroline were actually pushing the whole league to be sponsored by Safaricom. Siasa walipigwa paka wakaenda wakachukua rugby. You remember when now rugby was under Safaricom? Yes. Walipigwa siasa ingine paka wakasema hapo kwa football. Hapo tutoke kidogo. You understand?
Yeah.
So we've had a few people who supported football, like Tuzo when they were supporting Gor Mahia, the sport pesas of today, and these betting companies must now also come back and start. Those are the only few people now that we have to come by. Si kukula tu pesa na kuingiza pesa yetu kwa maji kila saa. No, also bring it back to the community. Bring it back.
Nataka kuuliza hizi vitu zote unaongea, I think kama Jaza Study we are trying our best to make sure that all that happens. I just wanted to ask you because when we had an activation in Kisumu, I think we approached you and you agreed to come and help us, hype the match. How was your experience? Personally?
That experience was amazing. It was big, it was okay.
Nilikubaia mpaka hapo Hennessy, hujai kunywa hiyo Hennessy nilikubaia bana. Hujai kunywa hiyo. 29 years old.
Are you trying to tell me to turn the camera so that you see my home bar? Is that what you want?
No, bro. No.
Can I switch on the camera?
Don't switch
All right.
on. Yeah.
That said and done.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, and I love what Jazz Study is doing. But you see, what will make a Zoo Kericho game and a Tusker be full, just like Kogalo and say FC Leopard? Okay, Kogalo games are always full anyway. Now, wachana na FC Leopard, hao ni watu wanakunywa busaka wagware. So it is the brand that we create and we start pushing, and you people starting to involve all of us. And wewe pia ukitumiwa pesa ya Jazz Study, ukipata pesa wewe pia ututumie bwana, si ati unatuambia pesa kuna na umekula pesa ya Jazz Study umemaliza bwana. Usifanye wewe pia unaanza kutoa sasa pesa ifike machinani
kabisa.
Unanipata?
Nakupata kabisa. Maina, kuna jamaa hapa anaitwa Ras, unajua Ras, I think Toto, Ustadh Kelo Kimani. Ustadh anasema tell Maina Anthony Modo Kimani and himself are making him your project for Ingwe Games next season, and that will be your parting shot, Maina.
I shall be there. I shall be there because those are two individuals I respect completely for their love for the game. I love Churchill because no matter what game it is, he's always there. I appreciate you. Just a study, if you remember, our first engagement was in Dubai when you exposed me to football on a big scale. So everyone here today wants the best. But the reality is we must also do our part. Jalang'o is a great motivator. He's a great continuator, if I may call it. Churchill is a great brand ambassador for a long time. I'm a marketer. You're going to sell things. You give me something to sell. Wait. Bram.
Yes, sir.
You keep doing what you're doing. You started it off as a passion. It has become something bigger. That's how things grow, step by step. So keep it up.
Thanks so much, bro.
I have a simple request for Maina. He's never scored a single goal in his lifetime. Fanya organize pale every fitness Lavington.
Tuweke hapo ball.
Afunge bao mbili.
Kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Elijah Ouko anasema Elijah Ouko is saying, I just hope our friends in the federation took interest today. Yes, our friends in the federation, au pia wana tune in. I think it's in their interest to do so. So, au kuja kwa show, au angalia, even if they don't comment, I'm sure they normally pick a few notes here and there. And I think that is what we want for the game. Leo, normally...
Bram.
Niaje, bro?
So the clip you played is 3 years ago, eh? And Nick Mwendo and I met and we are now friends, eh? So I just want to clear. We made up. Usichome sana, usichome.
Ole bro,
usichome sana.
Wait, Jalas.
Maina.
Kuna mimi kwa show bana, wamwea lete.
Normally kwa show normally kitu mi upatia mafans wangu wa show na wapatiaga at least credo so that wa able to stream pia show because maze vitu ni hard bana, watu wana struggle because of COVID and all that Jalas pia mimi naonaga pia buda nipatia hata endorsement bana, wewe uliacha job kidogo, yani wewe hata ukiacha job uko tu sawa, mind sijui velvet sijui bro. So
nitachangamuka nitaorganize next week, nitaongea na Velvex watakuletea hapo kwa hiyo show yako.
Kuna watu vipatia credo leo sijawapatia because I think mikono zangu pia zimekuwa too busy, so nitakuwa naeka hizi ma credo nilikuwa nazo nitaziweka kwa page ya mine pale, so after the show just log in there. I still have them here. Sija zinini.
By the way, Bram,
yes Maina.
I've got 10,000 shillings worth of shopping at Naivas to give away, so whoever you give it away to, let me know.
Sasa hii tena imeingia sasa kwa ile section. Maina Kageni has promised 10,000 shillings of shopping. So what I'll do, Maina, I think I'll pick five fans wa show, and then we'll divide it into 2,000 at least kila mtu watu wapate kiasi. So itakuwa 2,000 for 5 top fans wa show, and then we'll see how they can get your shopping.
No problem. I'll send you the virtual vouchers in the morning, huh?
Thank you so much, bro.
Wewe unapatiana nini wewe nani? Kijana wa Machakos.
Kijana wa Machakos.
Yako ndio inaisha na 56. Ngoja, yako ndio inaisha na 56.
Yangu?
Yeah.
Number?
Yes.
Sijui hata namba yangu inaisha na ngapi, ngoja.
I'll send you 10k.
Ndio hiyo 56, yes 56. Hiyo.
Sawa. I'll send you 10k.
So hiyo ni shopping. Majama cheki yaani hao majama hawajatoka bure. Wacha tuone huyu jamaa wa Homa Bay hapa anasema Homa Bay City. Wacha bwana.
Bwana.
Changamuka.
Angalia simu yako bwana sasa hii.
Hakuna kitu.
Nini? Wacha haraka kama mtu anaoga nje.
You have received you have received 10,000 from Daniel Nambuki. Nambuki 10,000 imeingia hapo. Thank you very much Mr. Churchill.
Alright.
Nangoja bana.
Ndio hiyo. Haya, Karamoja Magunda. Hii jina yako mbaya ya M-Pesa bwana. So it is also just sharing a little bit of what we have to your parents.
Yes.
So you can also check.
Let me see. Una jina mbaya. Felix Kodhe. Unaitwa kama
Felix Kodhe
uko na jina same na Akodhe. Alafu ni mabesti.
Sana. So I've also sent you 10,000.
I've received 10,000 from Felix Kodhe. Thank you so much, my brother.
You know, Maina is our boss. Ujamwambia, he's the one to give the.
Kuna Jackson Obure ni yeye ndio CEO wa Mathare United. Anasema Maina nimekuwa nikimtafuta sana, hata messages is aware ni juu ya Mathare United. I think kuna kitu huko between Mathare and yourself, Maina. So
no. Chairman, get in touch with me any day. Actually, Bram, please facilitate. Then we'll get in touch with him. Whatever he wants, you'll make it happen.
There's my boss from Betika is also calling, but I'll call him back later. So I think maybe
tell your boss from Betin to send me 10 million. Then we'll make it happen.
Now, listen, between these guys, ama jamaa si ati wamekuja tu show. Maze wamekuja show na wametuacha na kitu. Maze it's really commendable, guys. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I think hizi chapa mmetuma zitago a very long way in helping some of these guys who watch the show. If you've been watching the show today, I've received 10,000 from Churchill, 10,000 from Fellow Jalas. Maina amesema pia by morning ndakuwa na 10,000, so akituma pia update. Hiyo itakuwa ni I think tatumia some of the top fans. Kuna wale walipata ma t-shirt, so hao watakuwa eligible. Hao tutawatoa. So anyone ule
wakule t-shirt.
So I'll be sending 2K.
Niambiwa wasikwe na haraka, pesa inakuma, wanataka t-shirt.
Does anyone have anything to say before we close the show? Because I think tumeenda over time and I know you guys have to sleep. Churchill, sema kitu bana, kitu ya mwisho.
Mase nashukuru sana kwa kunipa nafasi kuzungumza na magwiji hapa. Papa Jalas, and of course mzee mzima Maina Kageni, asante kwa kutu host. Nashukuru sana. I hope we're going to see changes in football because it's a game, we love it and we would like to go back to the stadium. Asante sana.
Fellow Hodhe.
Bram, I want to thank you so much for giving me a chance to actually be with you guys, the three of you guys. And from you guys, I keep learning a lot. Definitely you as a football friend and father, my big bro Churchill here, and definitely my radio mentor, Maina Kageni, my very, very good friend. Thank you so much. Maina, you buying whiskey tomorrow. I appreciate. Isipokuwa sasa kumefungwa. Sijui unalala aje, sijui unaishi aje. Maina utakufa bwana.
Tumefunga. Kila kitu tumefunga. Oh my God.
Mpaka macho yako ni nyeupe leo Maina, ndugu yangu jamani.
Big bro, Maina, tell us something.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, Bram.
Yes, bro.
The sooner we realize that football is a business, is the sooner we're gonna make strides. So we love it. It's a hobby, and we love everything, but it's a business, and that's why it's called show business. There is a show element which is heart-based. There's a business element which is bank-based. The sooner we make that, everything will be good. But thank you so much, and keep up the good work at Just Study. You're doing a great job. And for everyone who tuned in, thank you so much. We love you, and we'll continue supporting you. Let's just do the right thing.
Good stuff, Maze. Hey, I have nothing to say, guys. Thank you so much for taking your time.
For the first time, you have 2,200 people watching. Juzi ilikuwa ni wewe na bibi yako Carol Adul peke yenu bwana. Bwana.
Jalas lakini unakuangaje wewe Jalas wewe?
Mchokozi sana.
Mimi upata ma views by the way. Mimi upata ma views sana. I think this is the top show ya sports Kenya mzima. Ukiuliza utaambiwa. So mimi upata ma views. Wewe ni vile leo uko na Churchill na Maina. Si mimi naonaga hapo bonga na Jalas unakuaga na 17 viewers. But great job pia
Jalas doing a good job also.
Great job unafanya pale bonga na Jalas Maze.
And guys, Maina, why are you not talking about your live, man? And your live is so big, Maina.
We shall come to that another day. There's something in the pipeline. I cannot reveal now. Hey, Omera.
All right, bye guys.
All right, man. Cheers, man.